Hey, yeah, fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down. Look what I make now.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Call that an 84-yard kick return. And the Colts have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Colts, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Throwing, Love. And he slings one that's incomplete. You look at this Colt defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
Love now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Packers had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A nice effort and an even nicer stop from Kwity Paye.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Here's Love. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he will finally be shoved out of bounds down at the 30-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Let's go.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers drive it right down the field to score on their opening drive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry from a collegiate star here in Wisconsin. It's Jonathan Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
A vintage run there because when the chains move with him, they move quickly. No secret that Taylor's one of the most electric playmakers in the league whenever he's on the field. Always a threat to go the distance.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays. And what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. QB sneak, Richardson. And he is going to have a Colts first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
After running it, now Richardson will throw it. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Now Richardson. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
And Michael Pittman had another strong campaign in Indianapolis last season. They saw him set career highs in receptions with 109 and over 1,100 yards. He's extremely valuable to this offense, and they really want to pair him with their young quarterback, Anthony Richardson, and management recognized that by giving him a new contract.
And going right back to Pittman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And Richardson yet again. This is caught. Touchdown, Colts. Adonai Mitchell, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts have taken the lead. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Nixon now from his end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go now.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. You look at this Colt defense. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Love looking to throw it. Short throw. He's got Kraft. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Packers 7.
This 2nd and 4.
Here we go, set.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space, A loss results there.
The Packers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw now. Here's Love. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Richardson working from the gun. Got his man. It's Warren. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Richardson. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. And motioning left, that's Pittman. From the shotgun, Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Josh Downs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Nixon now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride in the offense this go-around.
Here we go. Here we go.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Let's go now.
The slot man in motion right. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Go.
They'll try and throw for it here. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Second and 10.
Warriors 70. Here we go. Shot.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Going back to Love. Short throw has got Kraft. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Colts are going to get it back here just past the 35. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here now, 3rd and a yard. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's Richardson to throw. To the right side and intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41. But one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Seven Pirate. Here we go.
Throwing. Love. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Colts will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this sequence won't do any favors to his rushing totals as they get him behind the line again. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. Nixon now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Let's go.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Here we go, set.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Ready.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
79 Broncos.
Love now. That's to Kraft, the tight end. He's got room at the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Here's Love. Touchdown, Packers! Tucker Kraft, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. McManus's point after is good, and the lead will shrink to 6. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. Richardson out of the shotgun. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that, 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Devontae Wyatt there for the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
This now a 3rd and 4. Richardson looking to throw this. The toss here completed to Pittman. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. On the handoff, Taylor. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. And he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Seibert able to knock this one through, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 55 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Love. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now a 2nd and 10. Love looking to throw it. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time. So make sure you get in shape.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Love from the gun. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. To pass. Here's Jordan Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
92 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Here's 3rd and 3. Richardson looking to throw it. They'll get this off to Taylor. Down the left sideline. Jonathan Taylor.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
68 yards.
And the Colts are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Cybert on for the PAT. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
30, Packers 14. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. This is 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. Able to connect with Jacobs.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Love. And that's going to be incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores, you know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Love.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Rasul Douglas picks it, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Let's go now.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Colts, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in it, she just made a beat. I got rolling over, speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my this say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I release my soul, now they taking pictures of it. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 545, had the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tides fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She racing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, then she know it. Yeah. It's eyes on the prize, I can't live life in disguise. Cause bro recognize I ain't gotta compromise. I keep it concise, the gang tight like ties on the industry advice. I'm outside with some good fellas and some nice guys trying to live life in disguise. We lit in real life, we don't pay to be verified. We just manifest, lay and grind on the rise. We defy the odds like it's nothing, time after time. God bless this eternal shine, yeah. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 545, had the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tides fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She racing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, then she know it. Eyes on the prize just to see how far I go. Yeah. Shooting star, yeah. All over the globe. Hard work, all I ever know.
so nobody could tell me I'm not what my way and go. Yeah, I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they're looking at me like they seen a UFO.
It's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Well, look for the stork brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. And it's sticking out, yeah, like a sore thumb. With a forehead that it grew horns from. Still a white shirt. Pulling up in a Chrysler to the cipher with the in a light shirt. Lyrical technician, an electrician. Y'all light work. And I don't gotta play pretend. It's you I make believe. And you know I'm here to stay, cause me, if I was to ever take a leave, it would be aspirin to break a fever. If I was to ask for Megan Thee Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at a feat? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like abracadabra. And for my last trick, I'm about to reach in my back, bruh. Like abracadabra. And for my last trick, just like that, and I'm back, bruh. Now back in the days of old me, right around the time I became ate some as a way of coping. Take the case of turned me into smiley face emoji. May not be age appropriate, but I will an 8-year-old indeed with a participation trophy. Yes, I have zero doubts that this whole world's bound to turn into some Girl Scouts. That censorship bureau's out. Set me down. So when I started this verse, it did start off lighthearted at first, but it feels like I'm targeted. My